As I get closer to death, none of my my attitudes towards death change. Now that I'm 74 and I've got this stroke, the only thing is that the stroke changed my perception of my own death, because I just reading a manuscript written by Laura Huxley. How can we be healthy No. How do you, how can you be healthy right up to your death? She is 90. 91, and she's trying that, and here I'm, but then she's got another one that, how do you be healthy during your sicknesses? She's got an armload of sicknesses, and I do too. I've got too many to list. Besides the stroke, I've got urinary things, bladder things, and my leg and my arm, and I'm just a mess. And I didn't plan for a messy death, but it's messy enough, and I'm enjoying every bit of it. Enjoying every bit of it. You know, when I was in California, I got the stroke, and I really believed that the stroke was fierce grace. And then I went to Brazil, and I met John of God. And then I was convinced that the healing of the stroke was grace too. So it was grace that got me the stroke, grace that took away the stroke. Because I find here in Maui, I'm working like hell. Well, I'm working. I'm working to heal myself. I have physical therapists and doctors up to here. And it's a new relationship to the stroke. Stroke was given to me. Maui healing practitioners are given to me as grace. You know, I'm one of those people that the universe as one awareness. And that means the one awareness, all the twos you can think of go into that one. Satan and the Lord are part of the one. Good and bad, part of the one. Dark and light, part of the one. Yeah. When you experience fear or greed, things like that, that's my ego, but ego is part of the whole dance. And the greed, you will notice greed shuts down your awareness. Greed will, because you become greedy, which a narrow perception. You find all the things that's dark in your personality. Are all stepping stones for your getting to God. They are adharmic. And the way you treat them dharmically is you experience them and then witness them until those two levels of perception will be all the moments of your life. You go into the ego, and then your soul witnesses the ego. Then you are able to be the ego and be the soul. That is the Dharmic life. That is the Dharmic life. You know, I used to want to be a soul, and I didn't want to be ego. That's making nature. I would want pick and choose. That would be Dharmic and not Dharmic. But I'm now surrendered. But I'm now surrendered to the wash of nature. His greed, His purity, my heart's compassion, His sexual fantasy. It's all part of the dance. You know, I look at my life like when I was an academician, I was taking seriously the role, and I was into it up to my ears. And it was psilocybin that saved me from staying within that melodrama. I was stuck in it, and the melodrama was power, worldly power, I was identified with the knowledge that my books taught me. And I was identified with that knowledge. It was like I was very, very insecure because I transferred the knowledge. I was a transfer agent, and then I had the knowledge. I was a professor, and then the students didn't have that knowledge, so I had the knowledge to give them. And now, the new knowledge that I've got now, the wisdom, you have it and I have it. I don't have to transfer it. The psychedelics saved me, and they showed me a perception of myself that I had never experienced. And it showed me that I was the part of the one. And it showed me a part of me was lived incarnations and still lives incarnations. I don't think that I've finished with this lifetime, that I've finished my soul's karma. See, our lives spell out our soul's karma, because our souls picked this life to fit into our karma and experience lessons that will alleviate karmic blasts. And I had studied cognitive and motivational and child development and all things. Our Western knowledge of what goes on didn't expound on those planes of consciousness. And then Aldous Huxley gave Tim and myself the Tibetan Book of the Dead. And here was a book that explains my consciousness of these planes. So then I went to India. To find who knew those books.